Hi! My name is Monsieur Pompier. Monsieur Pompier of Monsieur Pompier's Travelling Freakshow. Thank you to Mutant Transmissions for having me perform a live set with you tonight. I'm going to be playing 5 songs from my debut album Tea Time Terrors, which is due for release on July 16th on Cleopatra Records. Sit back, relax, and enjoy! Dr. Moogle! Here comes Dr. Moogle, patients in the aisles. Some say he's a screwball, others can't decide. Makes his diagnosis, just beware what he prescribes. He's a psychopathic surgeon with a crazy low price. So while the rents are surging, he's the only choice. But can this man be trusted? Asks no questions, tells no lies. Satisfaction for all your darkest fears. He'll turn a tooth extraction into a ruptured ear. So when you feel neurotic, he'll tell you what you want to hear. What he's done to you. Look what's become of you. Medication, be sure to wash your hands. He'll join you on vacation and dress your wounds with sand. But if you doubt his methods, he'll choke you with his gastric band. Keep those pills a-poppin', be careful who you've kissed, for the only way to stop him is to pretend he don't exist. So close your eyes to Moogle, then you'll see he won't be missed. The Kravitz! I thought it was a joke when my mother said to me, don't drink, do drugs or smoke, or the Kravitz you will see. When I turned 17, I drank a bottle of red wine. Then I mixed it with ice cream and my sick looked like pink slime. And then I saw the Kravitz, once I'd got the habit. I didn't stop to think, and so I had another drink. He beckoned me inside, blowing bubbles in the air. I found a place to hide, peering out under the stairs, with the head of a rabbit and the claws of an old crab. He wore a suit that did not fit, and then I called myself a cab. The cab came in a blink, and he offered me a drink. I simply had to have it, but the driver was also the Kravitz. Taxi swirled all around the world. We sampled wine and whiskey fine, complete with dancing girls. But as the booze did flow, I felt my weakness grow. The Kravitz purred, "This could all be yours if you offer me your soul." And then he turned around and locked into a sound. The Carno still became a drill and drove into the ground. Now on the other side, my future life I spied. A toothless wreck, one bottlenecked, and by the bin I died. But life is very short, so let's live while we're young, for we're far longer in the dirt. It's time to have some fun. But once you've seen the Kravitz, you know you've got the habit. If you don't stop to think, you'll need another drink. Yes, once you've seen the Kravitz, you know you've got the habit. If you don't stop to think, you're gonna need to see a shrink. The Ear Fairy. And I'll tell you the facts of what really happens to all your earwax. Well, a maintenance man appears every night to clean out your ears and vanish from sight. But you better be good, you better be good, you better be good. He carries a tool to scrape and to scour. He's typically in and out in 1 hour. With a magnifying glass, he picks out a spot and makes up his mind who's worthy or not. Better be good, you better be good, you better be good. The Ear Fairy, nice but scary. Just be where he only comes if you've been good. So please be meticulously. He leaves no trace except for the pleasure plastered on his face. He takes the wax home, contained in a jar, and gradually builds up a sculpture bazaar. But you better be good, you better be good, you better be good, collecting them all, lifelike effigies, to help him recall the people he meets. But the ear fairy's motives are not what they seem, as he scampers about and dines on our dreams. But you better be good, you better be good, you better be good. The ear fairy, nice but scary. Just be where he only comes if you've been good. So please be good, yes, please be good. Oh, please be good, yes, please be good. Pillow Man! Was an old man on our road who hated children, preferred the weather nice and cold. To keep the chill in, he smoked 100 fags a day and more on weekends. He never gave us back our ball. We asked him nicely, laughed when our friends would have a fall. On streets so icy, he'd poke the children with his cane and trip them over. His face was marked with bumps and boils. He dined on liver. He could not stand the sight of smiles. They gave him shivers, but meanwhile I planned my revenge. The mean old miser was none the wiser. I'd make him nicer. And so I studied alchemy. As I grew older, I slipped something into his tea. When I felt bolder, and slowly he began to change into a softie. At first he noticed that his fists had turned to pillows, all soft and fluffy round the wrists. Went once like Brillo's, and then it went straight to his head. He called a doctor, a cure concoctor. It really shocked her. He started feeling chesty pains and coughing feathers. He could not quite remove the stains around the leather. The facts had finally took their toll on poor old Pillow. Now all the children come and play around his deathbed, made up 100,000 games and sit on his head. He thought that maybe he was wrong for always shushing, for poke and pushing, and always rushing for football crushing. Now he's a cushion who's lost the stuffing. He'll soon be nothing. The Hedgehog Swallower. Was a boy, he'd fill his mouth with most peculiar toys. It brought his friends much merriment and joy, a skill he wondered how to best employ. School was not for he could not find a suitable degree, and so he chose to seek celebrity. He dreamt about the fame and fortune, trips to the moon, silver teaspoons. He was a household name soon. Hedgehog swallower, fame and followers, toothbrush borrower. Nighttime novelty came from poverty, courts controversy. A man of note, forever putting hedgehogs down his throat, for which he became known across the globe. But seldom did he gallivant or gloat. From time to time he'd say, I never chose to live my life this way, but now he's got a house and bills to pay. It's surely worth the inflammation, dehydration, perspiration, treks across the nation. Hedgehog swallower, fame and followers, toothbrush borrower. Nighttime novelty, he came from poverty, courts controversy. For a change of pace, he took a job that came with no disgrace. But the memories were not erased. He missed the fame and the wealth and the taste. In life we often find it's difficult to leave our past behind. But when he gets a chance to speak his mind, he'll tell you about his former glories, hedgehog stories, grand and gory, problems respiratory. Hedgehog swallower, fame and followers, toothbrush borrower. He's a nighttime novelty, came from poverty, courts controversy. Hi. I'd like to take this moment to thank Mutant Transmissions for having me tonight, to all my freaks who performed with me, and most of all to you, the viewers, for taking time out of your busy schedules to spend the evening with me, Monsieur Pompier and his travelling freak show. Good evening, everyone.